I sometimes think about Yu Yu Hakusho's place in the anime fandom. Based upon conversations I've had with some people, I get the impression it was overshadowed a bit by Dragon Ball back in the original airing on Toonami. I've always been a bit confused about its status, as plenty of people I've talked to refer to it as one of the best shonen anime, while others seem to have dismissed it, maybe without really watching it, because it's older maybe and doesn't have some new revival series to pique up interest. I'm not sure, but it does seem highly regarded in some circles. I just don't hear it being discussed by the fandom at large for these types of action-oriented battle series. Even so, I have often heard it considered to be one of, if not the best battle shonen/action shonen out there. A classic. I certainly do think of it as a good candidate for this, and for a shonen show driven primarily by action, I think I might really agree. But why is that? Well, I could certainly talk about the intricate themes or all the characters themselves, which I could expand upon in other videos. I think I've boiled it down to one key aspect which I've thought about for a while, but I've never really seen anybody make a video about it or anything. Maybe it's because it's just so obvious, but it compelled me to at least mention it here. Yu Yu Hakusho is an extremely economically efficient series. I refer specifically to the pacing and the use of each episode in relation to the main plot. Watching some of it recently again sparked some of these thoughts. Unlike most series of this type, Hakusho doesn't waste time, and each episode serves the themes, characters, and plot to some degree. You see, Hakusho is one of the few action series that isn't really bogged down by padded episodes of the heroes and villains staring each other down and monologuing about their power and explaining their strategies. Yes, they do this to some extent, but they never really draw it out like a lot of other shows do. It also really doesn't have a great deal of filler, at least within the context of the anime itself. There isn't an arc that doesn't really serve the growth of the characters. That's not to say it's perfect, but most other anime like this have to catch up with an ongoing manga and really stretch things out with filler and padding. It's a pretty common problem. I think what Hakusho did is something that more recent seasonal shows have begun to emulate. In comparison to some shows which continue for long stretches of time, many episodes, that might be too intimidating for newcomers to start and really get into. Hakusho is lengthy, but it's much shorter than any other show that I can think of like this, and utilizes its time perfectly. Like I said, maybe that's an obvious strength of Hakusho, but I wanted to mention it, as I do think it's something that other battle series could really benefit from. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any thoughts about this idea, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I appreciate all the feedback I can get. In the meantime, everybody take care and stay magical.